Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. So today we're going to continue on about leadership. And so we're going to talk about, have you heard the term it's lonely at the top? So we've been talking about being a leader for the past couple of days, and you've probably heard the term it's lonely at the top, right? The top in this case refers to people who are in leadership positions like managers. And it's used to reference the fact that managers have to make decisions that people won't be happy about. For instance, suppose your manager tells your team that they have to work this coming weekend. How popular would that decision be for the team? I don't know where the phrase originated. I read that it might have come from the 1972 song by Randy Newman called Lonely at the Top, but I'm sure it was probably coined much earlier than that. So whoever coined that phrase, there's no doubt what it means, right? I mean, when you're in a leadership position, you won't have the friends that you used to have. While people may not enjoy the decisions that you're left to make, they will respect them, though. Of course, that depends on how you present those decisions. If you're not firm in your handling of decisions, people will read this as being weak. And once that happens, you're going to have a difficult time recovering from that perception. If they think you're weak, they're not going to listen to you, right? So be firm and don't waver. You should get as much information as possible, though, before making decisions. Plenty of leaders fly off the handle with decisions, and they don't take into account that more information is needed before actually making that decision. This causes the wrong decisions to be made. And the people who are affected by these decisions get angry, and you're going to lose their credibility as their leader. So again, once that happens, you need to work hard to get that trust back. When you accept a leadership role, accept the responsibility that goes along with it. People aren't going to like every choice you make. They need to come to terms with that. And you can have an open forum with them to discuss decisions that affect them. But when it really comes down to it, you're the one who's been put in charge of those decisions. So make them with confidence. You're going to make mistakes. We're all human, right? And when you believe you have all the necessary information, new facts might emerge that actually are going to throw off the original concept of what you had in mind. But there isn't much you can do about that except find alternative actions and decisions. But just be confident, because your confidence is going to mean much for your credibility when this happens. When you exude that confidence, your team will give you the respect that you deserve. So in my business, though, leadership is different. It's not like a job where I'm making decisions for the people that work under me, right? Whether you're in Avon or you're in any other direct sales business and you're building a team, it's really different. As a leader in my Avon team, I don't make decisions that affect my team the way a leader would in a job. I'm not saying you have to work this weekend or whatever, right? I'm more of a support person to my team to try to help them be the best that they can be in this business. Many of the decisions I make really are more applicable to my own business only. Or they might be decisions about how I'm going to train or support my team, or maybe my new team members, so it affects them. But even then, it's not like I'm telling them they have to do something, right? Luckily, I can build strong relationships and even great friendships in my team. I love that some of my best friends have come from Avon. Sometimes, though, it still is lonely at the top. As a leader, you're setting the pace for your team. Most of the time in my business, as a leader, you're putting in more effort, making more sales, and recruiting more than anyone else on your team. If someone on your team passes you up, that's like time for celebration for sure. I mean, I get so excited when I see team members working hard and growing their business and actually passing me up. That would be like a blessing. I wish more would, right? But as a result of you as the leader setting the pace, sometimes what happens, because you're ahead of the pack, you're setting the pace, right? You're recruiting more, you're working more, you're selling more, right? Well, sometimes I see that team members seem to think that it's so easy for me, or that I'm some kind of superwoman that they could never be. I mean, I've heard that before, where someone will say, well, we can't all be like you, or it's easy for you. I've heard that, right? And when your team members start thinking that way, though, that's where it can be lonely at the top. And I have so many friends, best friends in Avon, but I do have to say a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times, most of your friendships are going to be more with other leaders in Avon rather than your team members. You're going to have great relationships with your teams. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it just seems to be how it works in our business, right? And so that's where the struggle is for me, and I'm guessing it's the same for a lot of leaders in my business. Part of the fact that we are business, part of the fact that we are leaders is that we typically do outperform everyone on our team. And, it's not that I'm a superwoman at all. It's just merely that I'm consistent with my business. And you're going to find most leaders are, because that's why they stepped up and become leaders, right? And it's that consistency that makes me successful. So some of the things that I've done to help my team are I put systems in place to make it easier for them to be consistent. I have systems to help them get a brochure in every one of their customers' hands, every campaign. I have systems to help them follow up with every customer they gave a brochure to a couple of days before they need to place their Avon order, right? These systems are they're fairly automated, and they make it simple and easy to work your Avon business. They can be done quickly and not take a lot of time. And they also take away a lot of the fears that a lot of new representatives, such as the fear that they don't want to bother them, Oh, I don't want to follow up I gave this person a brochure. I don't want to follow up because I don't want to bother them. If they wanted something, they would call me. But that's not true, because we're all busy. Every one of us are busy. And I can't tell you how many times I actually text most of my customers, and they're like, oh, thank you so much for reminding me there was things I needed, right? So it's not a bother, but a lot of new reps, that's something they have to learn, right? So, hey, am I perfect or a great leader? God, no, not even. But I'm working on it, and I'm always looking for new ways to help support my team. I really strongly believe that a rising tide lifts all ships. I mean, if you're in the harbor and the ships are all there and the tide rises, all the ships lift together, right? And we're all in this together. If I can help you be successful, it will help me be successful. And it can help my whole team or even the whole Avon nation be successful. It's like success for some of us is success for all of us. That's why I recently started my Daily 8 Challenge. This is a system where a rep works to achieve 8 points a day, 5 days a week, for a total of 40 points a week. To get points is actually pretty simple. It's just things such as getting out Avon brochures, talking to people, doing follow-ups, just stuff like that, right? And it's sort of an accountability program, but at indirect sales, as opposed to a regular work environment, I can use this Daily 8 system to love on my peeps and help them grow. I can recognize them. It's not about, oh, you didn't do good enough. You didn't get enough points. I don't go there at all. It's about, oh my gosh, look at what you did accomplish. Right? And I can praise them and I can love on them and I can help them grow. And one of the things I love about my Daily 8 system is I can open it up to any representative who needs help, because it's more of a support thing rather than, what were your sales this campaign, right? Because I can't track. If they're not on my team, I can't track. I can't see what they're doing, but it doesn't matter, because this is us, again, rising the tide and lifting all the ships, right? So they don't even have to be on my team to participate. I love that. And hey, we're just learning and growing, right? I mean, I'm still learning too, but I work hard to keep my mind open to new ideas. And I really believe that if I continue to do that and keep my mind open and help others do it, we will all grow together. So, hey, now I'd love to hear from you. Do you consider yourself a leader? Do you find times when it feels lonely at the top? What kinds of things help you to feel more connected to your team members? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear your stories. And thanks for being here. If you're here live, thank you for being here with me. And if you're watching the replay, thank you. I appreciate you. So go out there and have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.